Good afternoon. Here is news around the world on Pensioners FM 106.7 Agbarigo, Nirike Ibadan. I am BABAFEMI OBIDEYI. First, the top stories. Osinbajo observes that true leaders play down religion to cater for issues that concern the welfare of all citizens. Sudan repeals a restrictive public order law that controls women's public dressing. North Korea's state media lashes out at Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo for calling Pyongyang's latest test of a large multiple rocket launcher a ballistic missile launch. And in sports, 6 people sustained injury in a bus conveying Nigerian Premier League club FC Ifeanyi footballers. And now the news in full. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has observed that true leaders play down religion to cater for issues that concern the welfare of all citizens. He said such was the attitude of First Republic leaders who he observed touched the lives of everyone, regardless of religious or ethnic background. Osinbajo said this at the opening session of the General Assembly of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, in Abuja. According to him, decades ago in this same country, leaders in the First Republic did not consider religious intolerance as a major national issue. They were more concerned about the issues that touched everyone, regardless of religion or ethnicity. They were concerned about providing food, shelter, education, and decent livelihoods. But today, no true leader can ignore the threat that religious bigotry and intolerance poses to the development of the nation. The First Lady, Aisha Buhari, has declared that political leaders in the country will soon regret the consequences of the worsening insecurity in the country unless they wake up and arrest the drift. Aisha lambasted state governors and ministers over the inability of some Nigerians to access potable water. Political office holders lack of action in arresting the increasing security challenges across the country. Speaking in Abuja at the General Assembly of the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, she said there was the need for stakeholders to support President Muhammadu Buhari to fight insecurity. According to her, the rising insecurity, which is as a result of injustice, has made it possible for many political office holders to travel to their state, villages, and also live peacefully. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, says it has received reports of overwhelming compliance of her members nationwide to the directive not to enroll in the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System, IPPIS. According to the union, refusal to enroll on the IPPIS is meant to protect the rule of law, sanctity of the university system, and to ensure the education system gets its dues. The union also stated that there is clear evidence that the union is winning the struggle against lawless government and autocratic leadership of the country. The chairman, University of Ibadan chapter of the union, Professor Deji Omole, in a release, thanked members for standing on principle to salvage public education and secure the future of Nigerians. According to the ASU boss, Nigeria's problems are not about payroll, but failure of leadership at state and national level. Labor leaders in states will begin negotiations next week on the consequential adjustments for the new minimum wage of 30,000 naira. The Joint Public Service Negotiating Council, which negotiated the consequential adjustments at the federal level, has already given directives to their counterparts to begin negotiations. Meanwhile, the joint negotiating councils at the state levels are expected to use this template released by the government to open negotiations with their state governments. So far, only a few state governments have indicated interest in paying the 30,000 naira minimum wage, and they are Lagos, Kaduna, Edo, and Zamfara states. Others are yet to make a move. However, in Oyo State, the government has begun verification of its workers because of an increase in the wage bill. Nigeria Union of Pensioners has conferred awards of excellence on the Secretary, Nigeria Union of Pensioners, or your state, Comrade Olusegun Abaton, and his assistant, Comrade Banji Koleosho, for their commitment to the cause of the union and well-being of pensioners. Staff reporter Tunde Tiamiyu was at the brief ceremony held at the executive chambers of Oyo NUP in Ibadan, on the sideline of chairman and secretary's meeting of the Nigeria Union of Pensioners Southwest. His report.
It was yet another glorious moment as Ekomia poured in torrents from the executive members of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners in the Southwest and Oyo State before the awards were conferred on Comrade Abaton and Comrade Koleosho, giving the reasons behind their honor. Southwest chairman of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, who is also the Ekiti chairman of the union, Elder Ayo Kumapayi, described Comrade Abaton as an astute unionist who always prioritized the love of pensioners at all times.
Almost at every occasion when we have to gather together, but we talk more about his accommodating spirit, his integrity. He has a way of setting higher goals beyond the immediate knowledge of the people whom he serves.
Secretary, NUP Southwest, Comrade Oluwakayode Bada, and chairman of the award planning committee, Comrade Dr. Ajibola Lawal, noted that the union will continue to recognize hard work and dedication to duty among its members.
My dear brother is a man of principle, a man to be reckoned with. He's a man with conscience. Comrade Olusegun Babatunde Abaton deserves to be accorded honors due to the wonderful feat achieved by him within his 13 years of service in NUP. He has done what Napoleon could not do. Like magic, like miracle, he brought an idea by which pensioners 106.7 FM radio station was born.
Chairman of your NUP, Alhaji Isiaka Abolade, described the awardees as special blessings to the pensioners.
I named him Jagaban. Very, very principled, naturally endowed, very, very humane in nature, a great psychologist. He knows what you need at a very point in time.
A representative of NUP, Oyo State Council employees, Mrs. Alonge, also paid glowing tribute to Comrade Abaton.
He's not a boss. He loves all the staff. He cares about us. Anything that is available, he's ready to share it with everybody. He's a good leader.
Responding, the highly elated awardee, Comrade Abaton, promised not to waver in his commitment to the needs of pensioners at all levels.
I thank the organizers of the award. I thank the leadership of the Southwest and the leadership of Nigerian Union of Pensioners of Oyo State. I dedicate the 2 awards to all pensioners in Oyo State. If they had not supported me, if I had looked behind, I had not seen them, this award will not come. My message to them is that they should continue to cooperate with their union, and I want to give them this word, that never shall the union disappoint them.
On his part, the Assistant Secretary, Oyo State Branch of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Comrade Banji Koleosho, who was awarded as Outstanding Lieutenant, said the honor was a tactical challenge on him to do more.
I am very happy. I feel highly elated. I appreciate the members of the executive of Nigerian Union of Pensioners Oyo State who deemed it fit to give me this award.
Commenting, General Manager, Pensioners Radio, Mr. Lere Shitu, noted that the 2 awardees are assigned managers of human and capital resources, Comrade Olusegun Abaton, who bagged NUP's Southwest Zone's Excellent and High Moral Value Award, and an Excellent Administrator Award from NUP Oyo State on 23rd of November, being honored with a Pragmatic Leadership Award by a Lagos-based magazine, City Iraj. For Pensioners FM, Tunde Tiamiyu reporting.
Ghanaians have been surprised by the announcement that the central bank is introducing new higher denomination notes. The move was criticized by some Ghanaians who feel that the new notes could encourage traders to raise their prices. Central Bank Governor Ernest Addison said a lot of thinking went into the decision to introduce the higher denomination banknotes. The new notes, 200 Ghana Cedi and 100 Ghana Cedi notes, as well as 2 Ghana Cedi coin, will be released from next week. The central bank is, however, optimistic that the structure of the new banknotes would meet the needs of people who use a lot of cash for their daily transactions. Sudan has repealed a restrictive public order law that controlled how women acted and dressed in public. Human rights activist Hala Al-Karib said in a report that repealing the law was a massive step for Sudan women. The legislation had enforced the old regime's ideology, which was based on terror and discrimination. But while she welcomed the end of the law, Karib said more are needed to be done to end a very discriminatory legal framework. Aisha Musa, one of 2 women on Sudan's new Sovereign Council, also mentioned that while the former regime had focused on how women dressed and acted, including preventing women from wearing trousers, it had ignored their education and health care. Musa added that it is about time all this corruption stops and all the treatment faced by the women of Sudan. American rock climber Brad Gobright has died after a fall in northern Mexico. The incident happened at Sendero Luminoso in El Potrecaco Chico, the nation's civil protection agency said. Gobright, 31, of Orange County, California, was with a climbing partner when he fell nearly 985 feet. Rescuers retrieved his body and treated his climbing partner, Aidan Jacobson, for injuries to his ankle and other parts of his body. A fellow climber and a friend of the partner said Jacobson told him their rope got stuck, causing them to both fall 20 to 30 feet to the ledge below. El Potrero Chico is 31 miles northwest of Monterrey in Mexico's Nuevo Leon state. The State Department confirmed Gobright's death in Mexico, saying they offer their sincerest condolences to his family on the loss, while they're closely monitoring local authorities' investigation and providing all appropriate consular assistance. 3 children in Arizona are missing after floodwater swept up their vehicle in central Arizona. According to Gila County Undersheriff Mike Johnson, a car was crossing Tonto Creek about 60 miles west of the New Mexico border when it was caught in flooding. 4 children and 1 adult were able to get out of the vehicle and were stranded on an island in the middle of the creek, where they were rescued by a Maricopa County Sheriff's Office helicopter. An adult woman who was in the water was also able to get out, but 3 children remain unaccounted for. British police has identified the man suspected of killing 2 people in a terrorist attack near London Bridge as a 28-year-old Usman Khan. Khan was convicted in 2012 for terrorism offenses and had been living in the Staffordshire area after he was released from prison last year with an ankle monitor. Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu said in a statement. Basu said authorities are not actively seeking anyone else in relation to the attack. Police officers shot and killed Khan after 2 people were stabbed to death and at least 3 others were injured during the attack. Police said they have detained 4 suspects for questioning after finding the burnt body of a 27-year-old veterinarian who was raped and killed in southern India, in yet another instance of violent crime against women in India. Police Commissioner V.C. Sanjana said the woman went missing, but her body was found by a passerby in an underpass in the outskirts of Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana state. Police said the suspects allegedly offered to fix a flat tire on a motorbike and then took her in a truck to a secluded spot where the crime was committed. While the government has passed a series of laws increasing punishment for rape, it is rare for more than a few weeks to pass without another brutal sexual assault being reported. North Korea's state media has lashed out at Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe as an imbecile and political dwarf for calling Pyongyang's latest test of a large multiple rocket launcher a ballistic missile launch and warned he may see a real one in the near future. North Korea fired 2 short-range projectiles into the sea off its west coast in the 4th test of its new super-large multiple rocket launcher, with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un expressing great satisfaction over the latest test. In the wake of Pyongyang's firing, Abe said the North Korea's missile launch was a threat to Japan and the international community, and that Tokyo would monitor the situation with its partners. UN Security Council resolutions ban North Korea from firing ballistic missiles and using such technology, but North Korea rejects the restriction as an infringement of its right to self-defense. Meanwhile, Pyongyang last month also claimed to have tested a new type of submarine-launched ballistic missile, a potential strategic game-changer. It's Pensioners 106.7 FM. We will be back with some entertainment and sports stories. And now to entertainment. 2 high-profile K-pop stars have been sentenced to prison for sexual assault, the latest development in a sex abuse scandal that has shocked South Korea and its music industry. According to the Seoul Central District Court, singer and songwriter Jun Jong-young, 30, and musician Choi Jong-hoon, 29, were convicted of conspiring in the sexual assault of a woman who was incapable of resisting. Jung was also found guilty of filming women against their will and sharing their sexually explicit material to members of an online group chat. The court, having jailed Jung for 6 years and Choi for 5 years, are also required to complete 80 hours of a sexual violence treatment program. And now to sports. At least 6 people were injured when armed individuals attacked the bus carrying Nigerian Premier League club FC Ifeanyi to a scheduled league match at Jigawa Golden Stars, along the same Lokoja Road where former league champions Canopilas were involved in a similar raid. The bus driver, according to a statement from the club, suffered gunshot wounds, and at least 5 others, including players and members of the coaching staff, were critically injured and are currently being treated and responding to treatment. FC Ifeanyi were 5 hours and 245 kilometers into their 14-hour, 822-kilometer road trip from Onitsha to Kano when they ran into the attackers dressed in the uniforms of the National Youth Service Corps, a program for fresh graduates performing a mandatory 1 year of national service. They therefore appealed to the federal government as well as football regulatory bodies to further intensify security efforts to ensure the safety of teams who often have no choice than to travel long distances by road. Stanley Ike Richard, COO of the league management company LMC, which runs the league today, released a statement that the fixture had been postponed to Monday, December 2. To end news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM, here is a recap of the main stories. Osinbajo has observed that true leaders play down religion to cater for the issues that concern the welfare of all citizens. Sudan has repealed a restrictive public order law controlling women's public dressing. North Korea's state media has lashed out at Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe for calling Pyongyang's latest test of a large multiple rocket launcher a ballistic missile launch. And in sports, 6 people has sustained injury in a bus that conveyed Nigerian Premier League club FC Ifeanyi footballers. For any information, contact us on these mobile numbers: 081-200-86270 or 080-223-73535, or visit us at Oyo State Pensioners House, Agbarigo, Onireke, Ibadan. The news editor is Omobolaji Akintola, assisted by Yetunde Oke. On behalf of the production crew, I am Babafemi Obideyi. Good afternoon.
From the rising to the setting of the sun, here is the first labor radio in Africa. Pensioners 106.